at Haworth at bottom Main Street. I'm going to do the Emily Brontë walk. This is the last one I've got left to do in this thing. It says it's 15 miles. It's going to be about 17 to include the stone, which randomly this walk doesn't include. Church, St Stocks, telephone box. So I'm heading towards Lower Leith Reservoir and then Stanbury. From there I'll work my way up onto Moors. Pondon Reservoir in the distance. After that I'm going up Pondon Kirk, and yeah, up to like the Alcomden Stones and Top Withens, all that lot. Sun's coming up now. Pondon Reservoir. Pondon Reservoir, absolutely stunning. Pondon Kirk on the sign, that way. Sun's actually out properly now. There's my signpost, the track's this way, heading towards Pondon Clough and Pondon Kirk. So I've just passed by over the most wobbliest bridge ever and got wet feet. And I've got about a spare pair of socks on me. I was following this round now. So the water of Pondon Clough's changing to Middlemore Clough, and I'm basically just going to follow this for a while, all the way to Pondon Stones. Now, I don't know who's in charge of public footpaths, but this whole area needs looking at with these decking things. So absolutely lethal. I'm fearing for my life every time I stand on one. Look at this one. It's just, I don't even know where to stand. I don't know if I'm better trying to walk round it or what. Mental. Honestly, they're awful to walk along. You just don't know if they're safe or not. Oh. Cotton grass again. It's everywhere at the moment on the moors. And there's the stones in the distance. After that it'll be onto Withens High Trig and then dropping down to Top Withens. Another one. Starting to rain slightly, which is a bit annoying. Apparently this cotton grass grows in like really boggy areas. So it gives you an idea of how boggy this usually is. This cotton grass is everywhere. So I'm at Alcomden Stones and I'm going to go that way. I don't know. I'm going to go let the trig anyway. Withens height, 444 metres above sea level. So after Top Withens, I've followed the Pennine Way for about 10 minutes and I've come across here now. This is a bit where I know I might get wet feet. I'm at a boundary stone at the minute. Haworth one side, Keighley Corporation. I think it is there. The date on the top, 1902 maybe, not sure. Anyway, I'm going to follow this. It'll lead me up to Oxenhope Stoop eventually, and then I'm going to walk from that along, quite continue along Moorland. That also could be a bit wet, so I'm not changing my socks yet. I'm not going to change them till after all that. But they feel quite dry anyway at the minute. Oxenhope Stoop with a H for Haworth. So this is the other bit that could potentially be wet. It's certainly squidgy at the moment, but this will lead me down to a boundary stone and a conduit, and I'm going to follow the conduit then for a bit. And this section is why I didn't change my socks earlier. So I've got one wet foot, the other one's not far off becoming wet, but it's fine because I've got a dry pair of socks in my bag. So I'll change them in a little bit. So here's the next boundary stone. I'm going to go that way, so follow the conduit. And we've got Leeshore Reservoir that way. But yeah, going that way there'll be conduits, then I'll eventually lead me off Stairs Lane and then keep going and right to a pub. So that's the next part of my walk. So I'm on Stairs Lane, but I'm going to follow the conduit still, and it should lead me to the pub next, and then beyond that it's more conduits. I've got conduits for quite a while, but it should be pretty easy walking and pretty flattish, which is good. So I'm not far from the pub. I've crossed over Hebden Bridge Road and I'm still by Conduits. I could have actually got a bus back from here, but what I didn't take into account was the fact it's bank holiday Monday, so it's Sunday hours. So because I'm sort of walking so early, there ain't going to be a bus for like 2.5, 3 hours or something, so I may as well carry on. I've done nearly 9 miles and I've been walking for like 4 hours 15 minutes, so I've got about, slightly less to go, so I'm probably just over half. So yeah, keep going. It should be flat for a little bit, following Conduits, and then I think it skirts round Nav Hill after that. So I finished my trek on the Conduits behind me, and I'm crossing Nabwater Lane, and I'm going to be heading up, and then round, and I'm going to eventually reach the top of that hill. Now, I'm not going to the summit, I'm just going to skirt round higher up. So I'm back to Conduits, but I'm not following him. I'm heading up still. There's Wallimore Reservoir, and I've headed up the moorland. I'm going to reach this path now. I'm going to follow this, and I'm not going to go, like you say, up to the summit. I'm just going to skirt round at this kind of height. I'll go a little bit higher, but not much. Someone's been busy building. I don't know if you can actually see it on the camera. Like a stack of bricks. I think I'm on a lower path than I usually come on when I do Nav Hill. I'm on the public footpath though. There's a stanza stories post, so the stanza stone. The missed one I should go past. Shouldn't be too far off. And I'll pass all the really cool shelters as well. There's one coming up here. That's new as well. Don't know who's built that. There's a mist stanza stone behind that shelter. Another one's been built just up there. We've got a shelter there, a shelter there. So I'm basically going to follow this round, kind of contouring round till I reach Hambleton Lane over Thornton Moor Reservoir way, so a bit to go yet. Another shelter. Well, actually it's just a big cairn, that one. Over there we've got Leeming Reservoir in the distance. After I've got the poetry stone and that, I'm going to drop down by that reservoir. A few miles to go though. Thornton Moor Reservoir over there. So it won't be so long before I reach Hambleton Lane. Thornton Moor Reservoir. I'm on this lane, Hambleton Lane, and I'm basically doing out and back now to get this Emily poetry stone. It's about a mile up this lane, and then I'm going to have to come back to this point. So yeah, a couple of miles on here. Cairn leading me on. Another cairn. Keep going. I've got a feeling that it's going to be on those rocks sticking out. I do remember that the rocks that you climb down to get to the poetry stone often has coins on the top. Not sure why. It's not to do with the poetry stone. So I'm going to have to look out for some coins. Otherwise I'm just going to have a clamber down and see if I find it. She stands outside, a book in her hands. Her name is Kathy. She says, I have carried her so far along the unmarked road from our graves. I cannot reach this window. Open it, I pray. But this window is our door to a lonely world that longs to play. Our Emily. Come in and stay. So that's the Emily stone. And I'm sure this one's by Kate Bush. I'm sure it is. So I'll leave the poetry stone behind, head back up this desire path to Hambleton Lane, and then just follow it, retrace my steps back. Over that way is Ogden Water, a lovely place for walking. You've got the reservoir to walk around, loads of woodland. You've got the waterfall trail that leads up to Moors. It's, yeah, great place to go. So I've retraced my steps. There's the gate I originally came through. Obviously I went up that way then to get the stone, retrace my steps, come back. So I've got Thornton Moor Reservoir there. I'm going to carry on down this lane and then from there I'm going to drop into Oxenhop. I'm on like 13.3 miles now. And this memorial signpost here the other week. Some sheep to get past, and then I head down. Bookstones under the, well, in like a ruins of an old place. A tree there. My feet are wet again, which is a bit annoying. I'm going to get back onto the footpath and carry on down to Oxenhop. Leeming Reservoir. I'm at the back of Leeming and heading towards Oxenhop. I'm going to head to the train station, the steam train station. Haworth on the sign, the last bit to go. Not done this walk yet, Worthway walk. Me and Chris are going to do it one time. They've got new markers for it. Quite nice. Donkey Bridge, Grade 2 listed Packhorse Bridge. So I'm on the last bit of uphill. Follow this up, turn the corner, keep going up. I should reach Sun Street, and there should be relatively flat to get to the bottom of Main Street. And I finish here where I started, 16.85 miles.